As much as everybody wants a date and a rate, this last part of this long monetary reform is concentrating on doing, hand in front of your eyes. They want you to talk to the hand, not them. They don't want you to ask any questions. And if you do, they're going to give you the wrong information. Why? Because it's part of the monetary reform process. One moment they say we're going to lift the 3 zeros. Then the next moment their experts say, no we're not. We're stable. All this negativity. It's actually pretty good. This is Khan Baba, today December 4th morning. $102 billion. Iraq enters the biggest investment boom in its history. In 2025 Iraq detailed banking reform including meeting international standards. They've been doing everything they need to do. That's why to me they're further along than they tell you. That is a sign they're doing this to be successful. President Donald Trump announced on Sunday, November 30, 2025, that he will arrive in Iraq within the next 2 weeks, confirming that he carries a special message from President Trump to the leadership in Iraq and the Kurdistan region. Savaya said, major changes are coming in Iraq, and from now on everyone will see actions instead of words, in reference to Washington's readiness to take concrete steps towards the outstanding issues. The U.S. envoy warned that Iraq today stands at a crucial crossroads. Either it moves towards independent institutions capable of enforcing the law and attracting investment, or it returns to the cycle of complexity that has burdened everyone. It's difficult for people to understand how monetary policy works, but it is quite complicated. The one thing is certain, Iraq could never support a significant RV of the Iraqi dinar. It would bankrupt the country, especially with the close to 100 trillion dinar in circulation. This AAD, Arab accounting dinar, is talking about the accounting of the currency, and we all know they use $1.36 by 3, and we know that was hinted, suggested that might be what they're going to do because they keep talking about it over and over again, even though the monetary reform allows people to come in and say, no we're not. No, it's not true. No, it's just false information. But the AAD speaks a specific language, and that language is $1.36 times 3. That's big boy language. 1310 is Cub Scout language. How can you speak to the CBI when they speak 1310? It just doesn't make any sense. Well, it makes sense. We know what's going on. We are about to use big boy numbers, not 1310. Understand there is a difference between an exchange rate and a nominal rate. Two different things. Wherever you make your exchange at, they're going to tell you as soon as you get there, this is not worth 25,000 dinars. That's been redenominated and it's now worth only 25 dinar. That's what they're going to do. Once they knock the zeros off the Iraqi dinars, the notes have lost their zeros all around the world. Iraq, the CBI, the U.S. Treasury are using Kuwait as a template for Iraq's monetary reform. They don't want them to make the same mistakes they did in Kuwait. So far it looks like that's the way it's established. Safe debt plus huge reserves plus low inflation equals a perfect report cared for the Bank of International Settlements. The Iraqi BIS application filed this month. You see how these things are falling in line? The same report card equals perfect score for WTO membership. The same report card equals perfect timing for the rear adjustment. That reflects real purchasing power. U.S. Deputy Secretary of State arrives in Baghdad. U.S. Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for Resources Michael Regas arrived in the Iraqi capital on a visit aimed at strengthening the partnership between Baghdad and Washington, and supporting joint efforts to promote sovereignty, stability and prosperity in the country. The television is showing the American delegation will be in Baghdad within the next 72 hours. They're saying on television this delegation from America consists of the Deputy Secretary of State, Also coming will be the Federal Reserve, the U.S. Treasury officers, all of them, also the Treasury officers of the War Department. This is a huge delegation coming, political, military and financial. They broke it down to us. It's interesting they are coming in the time of the currency mechanism. Frank. Yeah, it's interesting, but it's not like it's a coincidence. It's not like it's an accident. Why the War Department? That's who you're going to pay. In Vietnam, conference promotes ISO 20022 in interbank payment system. They will be using blockchain to block, manage and move funds. I think this one is important. This technology is being put into place and Vietnam is on board. There is a great understanding between the Ministry of Finance and the central bank, noting that the central bank has refused more than once to tamper with the exchange rate, and the next government should stay away from the exchange rate and not manipulate it. Yes, this is the part that really scares me, in that the result of this next election they put in some idiot into the office of Prime Minister who then proceeds to kill everything good that al-Sudani and the CBI has accomplished. Since Iraq is now on the verge of going forward with the final stages of the plan to reinstate, this would not be a good thing for us investors to watch happen. Thank you for watching.